7 parts, 70 free GitHub repos. And every single time, the top comment is the same. What else can I stop paying for? So welcome to part 8, and this one is different. We're not installing tools today. We're hiring a company. 10 open source repos, and I want you to think of each one as an employee you just put on staff. A document clerk, a web operator, a security engineer, an art department, a chief of staff. 10 AI employees, 10 departments, and the payroll is $0. Together, these 10 carry over 1.1 million GitHub stars. That is the first time this series has ever crossed a million. The biggest lineup I've ever assembled. Watch the corner. As each one gets hired, an ID badge punches in on your staff board, and the counter climbs to show the paid tools they replace. More than $12,000 a year of software. One honest rule before we start, same as always. Free software is not free labor. You bring the setup, and most of these bring their own running cost, like an API key. Deal? Then let's staff your company. Employee number 1 in the intake department. MarkItDown from Microsoft. And it's already got 167,000 stars. This is your document clerk. Its entire job is to take any messy file you throw at it, a PDF, a Word doc, an Excel sheet, a PowerPoint, and convert it into clean, structured Markdown that an AI can actually read, keeping the tables and the links intact. It handles images with OCR and even transcribes audio files. And it's a one-line command. Mark it down. Your file. Done. Then you pipe that straight into Claude or ChatGPT. What's it replacing? For most people, this is the convert and export job you keep Adobe Acrobat Pro around for. And that's about $20 a month. $240 a year. Setup is a single pip install. Honest note, and it's a fair one. MarkItDown is built for AI eyes, not for pretty human-facing documents. And OCR on a scanned PDF needs an extra plugin. It is not a full Acrobat replacement. It won't edit or sign PDFs. But as the clerk that feeds clean text to every other AI you own, hired $0. Employee number 2 in research, Crawl4AI, 73,000 stars, Apache licensed. And this is the researcher who reads the whole internet for you. Point it at any website and it returns clean, LLM ready Markdown. With a smart filter its creators call Fit Markdown that strips out the navigation and the junk. So what your AI gets is just the content. Perfect for feeding a RAG pipeline. It drives a real browser, so it can deep crawl an entire site, handle logins and sessions, and even resume if it crashes. And it ships as a Docker API server your other AI tools can call directly over MCP. The paid version of this job is a scraping service like Octoparse, which starts at $69 a month on the annual plan, about $828 a year, and it's quota limited. Crawl4AI is a pip install and a setup command. Honest note, when you self-host a crawler, you own the security, and its Docker API actually needed some serious hardening this year. So keep it updated, and heavy scraping still needs your own proxies. But as the researcher that turns the open web into clean data with no meter running, hired. Employee number 3 in operations, browser use, 105,000 stars, MIT licensed, and this is your web operator, the one with hands on the keyboard. You give it a task in plain English, and it drives a real browser like a person would, opening pages, clicking buttons, typing, filling out forms, and pulling structured data straight into a spreadsheet. It works with any model, OpenAI, Anthropic, Gemini, or a local one through Ollama. Think filling 100 job applications or QA testing a checkout flow all night without you. The paid equivalent is a no-code automation service like BrowseAI, which is $69 a month on the annual professional plan, about $828 a year, with run limits on top. Browser use is a single pip install. Honest note, it's a Python library, so this hire is for builders, not a no-code button. Captchas and hostile sites will push you toward their paid cloud, and every run costs you LLM tokens. But as a web operator that never sleeps and never asks for a raise, hired. Employee number 4 in the Watchtower, changedetection.io, 32,000 stars, Apache licensed, And this is your market lookout. The employee whose only job is to watch and tell you the second something moves. Point it at any web page and it alerts you on a change. A price drop, a product back in stock, a competitor quietly updating their pricing, a new posting on a careers page. It sends those alerts across more than 100 channels: Discord, Slack, Telegram, email, whatever you use. And it has browser steps, so it can log in and click through a flow before it checks, with a point and click selector to watch exactly the part of the page you care about. The paid version, Visualping Business, starts at $100 a month, $1,200 a year for 200 pages. Change detection is one Docker run. Honest note, the free default watches plain HTML, so JavaScript heavy sites need an extra Chrome add-on container. And the project also sells its own hosted plan at $8.99 a month, which is how it funds itself. But as the lookout, who makes sure nothing on the web changes without you knowing, hired. Employee number 5 in customer research, Formbricks, 12,500 stars, and this is your entire surveys and feedback team in one hire. It builds every kind of survey, a link you send, an email, a pop-up inside your app, a widget on your website, all through a no-code editor. It can target a survey to a specific group of users based on what they did, and it comes with pre-built analytics to read the results. And here's the part that matters. Self-hosted, it gives you unlimited surveys, unlimited responses, and unlimited seats. The paid version, Typeform's business plan, is $91 a month on the annual plan, about $1,092 a year, and it caps your responses. Setup is a one-click install script. Honest note, Formbricks is open core, so a few things: single sign-on, team roles, even two-factor authentication. Sit behind a paid enterprise key on self-host, but for unlimited surveys and unlimited responses with no per response meter, that research team is hired, $0. Quick checkpoint. 5 hires in, and there's one seat on this team I haven't filled. Yours. Real talk, 90% of you watching haven't backed this channel. On YouTube, hit join and become a member. That's what funds these builds. On Facebook, hit subscribe, the supporter button. That keeps the lights on. And if a paid membership isn't for you, a free subscribe still tells the algorithm to send you more. Take the seat. Okay? The biggest hire of the day is still coming. Employee number 6. Employee number 6 in the knowledge department. RAGFlow. 85,000 stars. Apache licensed. And this is your company librarian. The one who has read every document you own and can answer questions about them with receipts. What sets RAGFlow apart is deep document understanding. It actually parses complicated layouts, tables, and scanned pages, and it shows you how it chunked each document so you can fix it. When it answers, it gives you traceable citations back to the source, so it's grounded, not hallucinated. It's a full retrieval and agent engine. You stand up with Docker Compose and point at any LLM. The paid version of Chat with Your Documents, something like CustomGPT, runs $89 a month on the annual plan, over $1,000 a year, and it's credit metered. Honest note, this librarian needs a real desk, at least 16 gigabytes of RAM, and you bring the LLM API key. RAGFlow is the retrieval layer, not the model. But as the brain that knows everything your company has ever written, cited, and self-hosted, hired. Employee number 7 in the art department, ComfyUI by Comfy.org, 121,000 stars. This is your in-house design studio, the one that makes the images and the video. ComfyUI is a node graph canvas where you wire up a generation pipeline, and it runs the best open models there are: Flux for images, One for video, Stable Diffusion, Qwen image, all of it locally on your own GPU, offline. It's smart about memory too. It'll offload a big model to squeeze it onto a smaller graphics card. The paid version everyone compares it to is Midjourney. And Midjourney's standard plan is $30 a month, $288 a year, with no free tier at all. ComfyUI generates unlimited images for $0 each. The easiest way in is the official desktop app. Honest note, this is a professional tool with a real learning curve. The node graphs can look like spaghetti at first, and the big image and video models want a genuinely capable GPU. But as an art department that bills you nothing per image forever, hired. Employee number 8, and this one is the security engineer. Strix, 42,000 stars, Apache licensed, and it is one of the fastest growing security tools on GitHub, over 40,000 stars in under a year. Strix is a team of AI agents that pentest your application the way a real hacker would. And here's the crucial difference from an ordinary scanner. It doesn't just flag a maybe vulnerability, it actually exploits it in a sandbox and hands you a working proof of concept. So you get confirmed findings instead of a wall of false positives. It covers the OWASP top 10 and beyond: SQL injection, broken access control, server-side request forgery, business logic flaws. Then it suggests the fix. The thing it's replacing is a professional penetration test, and a single web app pen test typically starts around $5,000. Strix installs with one command. Honest note, a serious one. You bring the LM key, and a full run burns real tokens. You must only ever test an app you own or have written permission to test. And this augments a professional audit. It does not replace your compliance sign-off, but as a red team on your own payroll for the price of tokens. Hired. Employee number 9 is different. Spec-kit from GitHub itself. 122,000 stars, MIT licensed. This is your project manager, and this is the one hire that doesn't kill a paid tool, because GitHub gives it away for free. What it kills is chaos. Spec-kit brings spec-driven development. Instead of vibe coding at your AI agent and hoping, you write a clear specification of what you actually want, and the agent implements against it. It works with more than 30 agents: Claude Code, Copilot, Gemini CLI, Cursor, and it gives you a clean workflow, a constitution, then specify, then plan, then tasks, then implement. You start it with a single command. Honest note, it does nothing on its own. It steers an AI coding agent you already have, and it's still pre-version 1, so expect it to change between releases. So why put a manager who saves $0 on the payroll? Because a good manager makes everyone else on this list dramatically more reliable. It adds nothing to the counter, and it multiplies everything. Hired. And employee number 10, the chief of staff, the one that runs the other 9. OpenClaw, 383,000 stars. Let that land. This project went from an empty repository in November to 383,000 stars in under 8 months. It passed React's decade-old star count in about 100 days, making it the most starred piece of installable software on GitHub ever. And it is your personal AI assistant, self-hosted, that lives inside the chat apps you already use: WhatsApp, Telegram, Slack, Discord, more than 20 channels. But it doesn't just talk, it does things. It has a browser, a shell, file access, and scheduled jobs. So you can tell it every morning at 7, brief me on my inbox, and it will. You bring any model's API key, and it rotates providers if one fails. The Do Everything Assistant tier of ChatGPT Pro tops out at $200 a month, $2,400 a year. OpenClaw is MIT no paid tier. Setup is an npm install and an onboarding command. Honest note, and please hear this one. This is an agent with shell access and your private messages, so read its security docs. The good news is it ships with sandboxing and pairing codes on by default. Its creator now works at OpenAI, but the project moved to an independent MIT licensed foundation, and he's still its top committer. As a chief of staff that runs your entire company from your pocket, hired $0. So there it is. 10 AI employees, over 1.1 million GitHub stars, and more than $12,900 a year of paid tools replaced for a payroll of exactly $0. Every badge on your staff board punched in. If you want the whole team in one place, I built a free PDF with all 80 repos from every part of this series, the deploy command for each one, and the exact paid tool it replaces. Comment the word payroll and I'll send it straight to you. Or grab it at hyperautomationlabs.co/free/payroll. If you're just starting to build with AI, the beginner guides linked below will get you moving fast. And if this starved your company for free, back the one that makes these. Become a member here on YouTube and a subscriber, the supporter button on Facebook, and follow us on Instagram. That's 80 repos and counting. Part 9 is yours to hire. So tell me in the comments, what's the next job you'd put an AI employee on?